Hi, I'm Dr. Oliver Large. I'm a GP and I run a private GP clinic. I've been running a weight loss clinic for several years, and before I founded the clinic, before that time as well, I've acquired several years of experience of treating people with GLP-1 medicines for weight loss. So a little more about GLP-1 medicines. GLP-1 medicines are, in the UK at the moment, all injectable medicines that are given once a week by injection using an insulin pen. And they work in, I tell my patients, they work in one of three main ways. One, they make people feel fuller quicker. That's because of delayed gastric emptying, which means that you can have a smaller meal and feel satisfied, which is really helpful when you're trying to lose weight loss. Secondly, is it works centrally, less well understood exactly how, but definitely it works to reduce what people now refer to as food noise. So people are thinking less about food as they go about their day. And the third mode of action is metabolic. It works on receptors around the body, particularly in the pancreas, and it influences metabolism more towards a weight loss state than the sort of usual steady weight gain state that people living in the West tend to see as they go through their life. Question people always ask when they come and see me is, do they work? And yes, for most people, they really do work. Most people that we bring into the clinic and put on the plan will see a steady weight loss through the time that they remain on the medicine. The research definitely shows that. The research shows 16 to 20% weight loss over around about a year and a half, and our real life experience does seem to map to that for the majority of people. We definitely see some people who respond really well to low strengths of the medicine and never need to step up the ladder, and other people who need to get to a higher strength to start seeing the weight loss that they want to see. But on the whole, it's relatively rare. I'd say 5% of people where we just don't really see anything. And then sometimes when we switch them to the other medicine available on the market, we see better responses. A big question these days is what happens when you come off the medication. There's research in the BMJ, it's the start of 2026, talking about that very, very specifically. And there's definitely some evidence around a rebound weight gain when you come off the program. Now, this study was very general, looked at all weight loss treatments over all time in a very large cohort of data. But that really brings me to why people are choosing to come to my clinic to have a GP and a clinical team, my team of nurses, to be part of their weight loss journey. It's fairly consistent. People will come to my service and they'll say, well, I want a doctor to be leading my care. I want to be part of something. The weight loss industry in the UK is very, at the moment, online-led. Most people on weight loss medicines are getting them from online pharmacy, which is a valid choice. But when people are coming to a private GP, I often talk to them. It's a little bit like the difference between joining a gym or joining a gym and getting a personal trainer. That with us, they're once a month they're coming in. They're seeing me and my nurse, or spending extended time with my nurse to discuss specific aspects around lifestyle. But that check-in point every year, people find really, really valuable. It's more often than not, people will describe me that they value us as their accountability partner on the journey. The other reason people come to us is also measurement, is weighing, is tracking, is following. So we use a medical grade body composition scale here. Most people want to participate in that. Some people prefer not to. Again, we very much tailor our service to what people want from us. But that's really valuable. One thing we also know about GLP-1 medicines is, yes, the weight loss is very effective. We talked about that figure, so 16 to 20% weight loss over a year and a half. But when you look at what people are losing, they're losing a combination of fat and muscle mass. That's not the dream. Most people would want to be losing all their weight loss to be fat. I always tell people at the start that's never realistic, because if you lose weight, you need less muscle. So there will always be a degree of weight loss. But what we're doing by tracking it is enabling people to see that, understand what's happening with their body, and also to buy into the other really important thing about GLP-1 medicines, which is the lifestyle component. I've heard other private GPs say this, that GLP-1 medicines give you a window of time, so, let's say 3 to 4 months, when it becomes really quite easy to lose weight, that you see some early weight loss. But it's really important in that time as well to instill those lifestyle changes. So to change your association, to change your relationship with food, to choose foods that previously you might have thought wouldn't be satisfying, but now you find are satisfying. And in terms of maintaining muscle mass, that's choosing healthy foods, good protein levels, more fiber, less unhealthy choices. And by tracking things and checking in every month, we do help people move on that journey. And the other aspect is maintaining the muscle mass, the important muscle mass that you have. So core, every month we're checking in to make sure that our patients are doing core muscle strengthening exercises, are doing resistance work in the gym, are eating the right foods and everything to really protect that muscle mass as much as possible. And we see patients come in and they celebrate the fact that our scales are showing that they're maintaining their muscle volume while losing fat. But these are all reasons why people choose to come to us. We appreciate it's a very expensive medicine. At the same time, the market's exciting. It's really interesting as we go into 2026. There are other medicines on the horizon, so other injections that are showing a higher percentage weight loss in the studies. There's also tablets on the market. There's recently been a tablet licensed in the US for weight loss, and we can anticipate that will be brought into the UK market. With greater choice of medicines, it comes greater competition. I think that at the end of 2026, it won't be a simple choice between Wegovy and Mounjaro. I think there'll be a much wider choice. We'll see at the end of the year. But that also hopefully will start to play a role in helping reduce the cost of these medicines as the market evolves. What I do hope is that people continue to really see the value in choosing a private GP clinic like ours to lead their weight loss program.